6:20.
You bet.
Hey, if you can make this end at 6:20.
Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen's meeting on February 10th, 2025. Start the meeting at 6:01. Can I get a roll call, please?
Select Chair, Mr. Coy.
Here?
Select Vice Chair, Mr. Gifford.
Here?
Selectman, Mr. DeRoche.
Excused?
Selectman, Ms. Costa.
Excused?
And Selectman, Mr. Britton.
Present.
And please note for the record, we have Town Manager, Mr. Colby, present.
And if we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Doesn't look like we have anyone here for public comment.
Okay.
The agenda's pretty light tonight, so we shouldn't be here too late. One thing we want to, first up on the agenda is the discussion of the assessing RFP. I know it came up briefly at deliberative, but I thought it'd be a good idea to have it come right out of one of our selectmen's meetings, so everybody has a chance to hear it out there, to figure out how we got here and why we have to make a decision at some point in the next week or so. And Greg, if you...
Yes, sir. We received back on January 13th, 2025, a letter from Corcoran Consulting Associates, who have been the town's longtime assessors for many, many years. With that letter, they basically gave us, in accordance with the current contract, they gave us 30-day notice that they would not be able to provide us with assessing services. The last day of availability for them is tomorrow, February 11th, 2025. So with that, and with the crunch of deliberative, we immediately put out a request, an RFP for assessing services. We, modified the one that we had before, got it out to as many companies as we could, and had a due date of January 30th, which was the Thursday right before deliberative, because not knowing in the current market and the like what we are looking at for services, what those costs might be. So we did do that. During the process, we heard back from one of probably the largest assessing firm in the state that said that, they basically were just too busy and they couldn't, take on, a client the size of Plastow. One of the others that I know of too is a little bit smaller. They weren't able to, and we were hopeful that we would get at least two proposals. Well, the third one wasn't able to as well because of Corcoran basically issuing letters to all of their clients. Everyone is left scrambling. So we did receive one proposal, which have handed it out to you. At least the three of you will have the other copies for the other two selectmen for review. But it's basically, as part of that, we have asked for a price on the day-to-day services, to man the office a couple days a week, answer questions, be available, and also do the regular, routine things of building permits, the cyclical type things that happen, on a regular basis. We will staff the office with, a person to be able to answer questions and the like. We also, given the nature of the assessing market, if you will, or where the current market is with regards to fair market value versus assessment, the town is very well below the recommended 95 to 105% ratio when you take our current assessments and compare them to current sales. We are in the 70 to 72% range. Now, coming up on a full reval in 2026. We've also had discussions with the town attorney and the like to consider, a statistical update. So as part of that RFP, we asked for all three areas. We asked for the reval in 26, we asked for a statistical update in 25, and the day-to-day services. So that's the proposal that you have in front of you. Now, the day-to-day services, I think within our current budget, we should be able to absorb that.
Okay.
If the board decides to, accept this proposal. I mean, it's.
So if we had to, we could accept it for just a day-to-day and not the others are just kind of like add-on pieces? Update and.
I believe so, yes. That's, I haven't had a long conversation with, this firm, but I do want to have a conversation with them to
Where are they at?
go over. They're out of Haverhill, Massachusetts. They do a handful of New Hampshire communities. I know they go up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, up to Haverhill and Lisbon, and so they do cover some ground within the state of New Hampshire.
And this contract would start on March 1st, from what I'm saying.
Yes.
And it goes for almost 3 years, not quite, but almost. Just a couple months shy. So obviously they run on a calendar year.
Yes. Well, because of Corcoran getting done, we would keep it on and get it onto a calendar year.
Which
even
makes
though
sense for budgeting purposes. Makes sense. So you guys have questions?
Not yet.
When are you looking to have a decision? Probably the next meeting?
Probably next meeting.
Because that would give you time. And how much notice do they need? Do we know?
Well, I'm assuming because they would start March 1st. So like I said, I'm going to be in touch with them this week and let them know, where we're at and go from there. So.
Okay, so I guess we got some reading to do. We'll get this on the agenda for our next meeting, which is, I have a calendar in front of me. Probably 2 weeks, right?
February 24th.
Yes.
Right, so it'll be 2 weeks. So that's before the March 1st, so have a decision then. Hopefully we'll have some more information. Was there anything in here when you looked through it, Greg, that stood out yet?
No, it's pretty.
That concerned you or anything?
No, it's pretty standard. I mean, there are a couple, the cost is a concern.
Yep. As it
The
always is.
statistical update
Yep.
and, the reval. I know from the reval standpoint, we've been trying to put money aside, but it is, as we had talked at the deliberative, statistical revals, 102,000, and the full revals, I believe, 221,000. So
And
they are
and that full one has to be done. There's no way around that one.
correct.
And unfortunately, we tried to spread the cost out, but it is what it is at this point. That'll have to be budgeted. Everybody good?
Good.
We got a little bit of reading to do. The test will be in 2 weeks.
Make it 3.
It must mean you're out of town in 3 weeks. Okay, so we got that. I know we did talk about it quite a bit at deliberative too, so. Next up on the agenda is to review the permitting fee schedule.
Yes. The administrative assistant to the Department of Building Safety, as she is getting settled and more experience, she has put a memo to the board with regards to the fee schedules. She did some research in the area. in the surrounding communities and has noted that our inspection fees are lower than most. And that basically we're, running on a break-even basis. The Department of Building Safety should be charging enough to at least cover a lot of the expenses and not have it be, fully borne by taxpayers.
What about the schools?
What about that?
Do they pay for a fee?
So when we did collecting of some inspection fees when the school over at the high school did do their projects.
Okay. Because it was in the millions that we collect on that.
No,
Okay.
not quite.
And that's a weird one too, right? Because it's almost like we give the money to schools to give to us, so it's all coming out of our, granted, it's split amongst 4 towns,
That's right.
But it's weird when you think about it, right? It's
I know. Okay.
So with that, she has, proposed, and I would concur, increasing the inspection fees from 40 to 50 to better reflect the rates in the area. And then the others are, kind of Scribner type things of, grouping sign permit applications, removing impact fees from the formal schedule and the like, which is, included within the ordinances. So you can see here where they are and the changes that she is, proposing with the strike throughs and the like.
So really, we're looking at increase to $10, right, per permit?
Yes.
Right, she's done her due diligence. I mean, she's gotten 3, 4 other towns here.
Yeah, and
They're all higher. They're all above the 50.
yeah, and they're all local, so. Yeah, what do you need from us tonight? Do you need a motion? You need
I'll make
consensus?
that motion.
Motion is fine. So Darrell would like to make it to adopt.
I'll make a motion. We adopt the new schedule of permit fees as laid out for us by Emily Blair at the building department.
I'll second that.
Second by John. All those in favor?
Aye?
Aye. And, okay, the really last thing on the agenda is something in here for a release of a performance bond for Carly's Way.
Jeez, I thought we had done that.
We
Well-
approved the road. That's what we had done.
Oh,
Back
all right.
on February 6th of 2023 during a selectmen's meeting, that you actually made a motion to
Yes.
accept the roadway.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
as part of that, a performance bond in the amount of $45,200 shall be posted to the benefit of the town for a term of 2 years.
Right.
So the minutes are there, and then also the highway supervisor, Mr. Garlington, there's a letter in, to both planning board and board of selectmen that he has monitored the street through the period and would support releasing the entire amount that is being held.
Yep.
The street's holding up with no issues. So.
Okay.
And
I motion to accept the release of the performance board, including accrued interest. The road was accepted by the town as a town road on February 6, 2023. There have been no issues to the road.
I'll second it.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
Aye. All right, so that'll take care of that. What we need to do is we need to approve the consent agenda, and that will consist of the accounts payable manifest for the week of January 6th and 13th of 2025. There's the Board of Selectmen draft minutes of January 27th, 2025. There's one elderly tax exemption application. And we have one veterans tax credit application.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Second, all right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and town managers report.
All right. Had a, let's see, over the last couple of weeks, had a water meeting today, actually, to finalize the easement over off of Old County Road, to have the project move forward and get it out to bid.
Now, with that project, there was a grant, right?
There is.
And that grant is still okay?
I have not heard otherwise. So I have talked to New Hampshire DES, and where it's already gone to governor and council, that it's, I'm not going to say as much a sure thing as, because,
But it seems like
but we would have heard by now because we are incurring, engineering costs and the like in preparation for going out to bid. So I have
that's the
not heard.
concern now, obviously, right?
It is a real concern.
All right.
I've been doing some more, had the pleasure of being on the phone today with the federal government, trying to get some filings done for asset forfeiture monies and the like. Meeting with town council over some legal issues, meetings with some department heads, and still working on year-end close and audit. The auditors are coming back next Tuesday, the 18th. So, and with the retirement of our longtime HR person, Lori Sadowitz, it's been a little bit of an adjustment for the last couple of days, getting used to life without Lori and, coming to realize how much she did behind the scenes and the like. So the three of us, myself, Beth, and Carrie, have been, I wouldn't say muddling along, but we've been progressing along.
Yeah.
Trying to get to this, those things that, how we're going to divvy up things and the like until we can get another person, on board.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
It's replacing someone like Laurie, that is not easy. You think about where she knows where everything is in town hall. I mean, she could just go there. Now everyone's,
It'll make a
It'll take
Hallmark
some time.
movie, Life Without Lori.
there you go. But no, I mean, she was obviously a fountain of information, and
And
Yeah.
she did a lot of work for this town.
She did.
close to 25 years. So,
Wow.
and I think she'll say that, I think she's worked in pretty much just about every department, right? Between assessing welfare, finance.
Yeah, and the one thing is that institutional knowledge that's
You can't put a price on it, that's for sure. It's
you
very
don't
valuable.
realize it, until that person has moved on.
Exactly.
But
Life
good luck
moves
to
on.
her. It does. It does. It's time to enjoy for her.
So with that, I'm good.
Have you put an ad in?
We have posted an ad, yes. So
Right beside all the others?
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. Just keep updating and rolling. I'm trying to update them, tweak them.
God.
You never know.
No.
Is that
never know.
everything?
That's good. Yep, that's it.
Selectmen's reports then. Daryl?
None.
None.
No.
John?
Well, I made it to Old Home Day Committee.
Yep.
Meeting went well. We swore in some new participants, and we divvied up titles and some jobs that needed to be addressed. And everything seems to be running well.
Good.
I was truly impressed with the people that came aboard. They're
Great.
spot on and very knowledgeable.
Good. And when's the next meeting? Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head. I believe it's the first Tuesday of next month.
We'll double check on the date. Is there any way we get something posted just for volunteers? Because obviously they'll always take volunteers.
We'll always take volunteers, and we're going to always need hands-on on that day as
Right.
well. If you don't want to give up your time prior to,
And it would be good even just to show up for a meeting or two before the Old Home Day,
obviously.
just to meet everyone too, which is a
Get an
good
understanding
thing.
of what's needed and what's going on.
But it's a lot of volunteers that day, and even, we say it every year, even if it's just an hour on that day, it makes a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything else?
That's all I've got. I got rec on Wednesday.
Okay. I think I should be there Wednesday as well. Last week, I didn't have anything. I actually had to travel for work.
Nothing?
I was waiting for it. There you go. At least I have an excuse.
You can make it up when you get your Valentine on Thursday at the Vic Gary.
Yeah, I won't be there. I got work that day, so I'm not able to get out. Let's see, this is the first meeting we've had from Deliberative. Deliberative, I thought, went well. A lot of good questions. It's always good to see everybody come out with their concerns and ask the questions. Did went to the school one. Ran a little bit longer than ours. But they had quite a big turnout at the school, which is good to see with the 4 towns. What I want to do is send a thank you out to Danny, the crew, and everyone else that
Great job.
works on the streets. I mean, everyone you talk to, I mean, Plastow does a great job. As soon as they go over the line into other communities, it's not done as well. But
Yep.
I know I was out driving around that day, and they had the road cleaned up pretty quick.
They did a great job.
And I know they got, it looks like a busy stretch coming in front of them too. We've got something coming in Thursday, and it looks like maybe over the weekend again as well.
Speaking of which, if it's bad weather Thursday, is this canceled?
It's what?
The
yeah.
Vic Gary?
They may snowshoe there.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay,
That's the question for Vicky.
that's right. I didn't see an alternate date.
Yeah, well, it's kind of tough to do an alternate date, I guess, right? Valentine's Day is on a specific day.
It's Friday.
They're just going for the candy,
What's that?
They're just going for the candy.
Oh no, there's donuts and muffins there too.
Oh,
Does anyone want me to RSVP for them?
I know I'm not going to be able to make it.
I now think I can.
And you're, okay, so we'll say most likely.
Unless something changes and I don't have to
most
go.
likely.
Okay,
I'm supposed to be somewhere Thursday, unless that gets canceled with the weather.
Yeah.
So who knows? Yeah, it was, last week was rough when I traveled. It was 80 degrees where I was, and then,
And you come here.
then it came back, yeah. But it's nice when work sends you to like Florida in the winter.
Yeah.
For a couple days.
But it's lousy when they do it in the summer.
Let's see. I think that was really about it. Events we have coming up. Town offices will be closed on Monday, February 17th, in observance of President's Day. There will be a public hearing for a school citizens petition warrant article, local tax cap, on Thursday, February 20th at 7 o'clock at the Performing Arts Center, 36 Green Isle Road, Plastow. That's where the deliberative was held last week. There's some recreation trips coming up. There's the Foxwood trip. That is on Friday, 2/14, so it's on Valentine's Day. And then also I know during school vacation, recreation, they have snow tubing in the Neshoba Valley on, it's like February 26th. I'm not sure what day of the week that is. But any questions on that, sign up or anything, just reach out to Jen over at Recreation. Candidates Night will be at the library on March 4th at 6 p.m. And I know we mentioned it earlier, but check out the employment opportunities on the town's website. There's something there for everybody. Do we have any non-public or anything?
Oh, we're all set.
Anybody have anything else they wanted to bring up? All right, I guess stay safe out there this week with a couple storms coming up this week. And enjoy the week, and we'll call the meeting at 6:26. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.